They said that was going to be the key factor, and that's what they worked on in practice. They couldn't turn the basketball over.
Yeah, so a 70% first quarter, then held to only 25 in the second half. They end up 45% in the first half, but giving it away just too much. And led in the first half by who else but Luke Ruggery, and then Samaj Mills and Watson. At this point in a state title game, it's your seniors that usually do get it done. Mills and Watson combined for 18 of the 31.
And you also see the depth. We talked about the 10, 11 players that the Mighty Elephants play, so they have more players scoring than the Marauders. But this is going to be a very entertaining second half. Bishop Guilfoyle has been in some tight ball games in this state run the last few games, so they're prepared for this, and I think that we are just set up for an outstanding finish.
Just had a look at Samaj Mills. Shot 66% in the first half. And his teammates trying to lock up a state title in their first trip as a member of 2A. Quickly one and done off the miss from Monte Calvo, but they couldn't hold on to the board.
Mid-range Mike wasn't able to put one in. He did earlier in the first quarter, but not this time. That is his specialty, though, to hit that mid-range jumper.
Right in front of the head coach, Chris Drenning. Maybe was lobbying for some contact over there. Marauders a PIAA road that included tough wins in the quarterfinals and semis. Their last two games, they combined only 4 points in terms of margin of victory. Catch and shoot, and got it blocked, did Helton. Kyle Ruggery, though, under the basket. And the younger of the Ruggery brothers has his first field goal.
Big basket by Kyle. You see those quick hands by the Mighty Elephants, able to get that block shot, but Ruggery, tough inside.
Trying to match with Tavon Jones, left it up on the rim. Witherspoon seeing an opportunity. And nobody home except Chris Drenning on the sideline.
Yeah, I don't know how Drenning's jumper is from his days at Tussey Mountain High School, but coach in his 7th year, 131 wins. He was the only one open on that pass.
And he talked about his days at Tussey Mountain yesterday at the hotel. Under Dave Bailey as Tavon Jones misses this. But quickly given right back, Ruggery. And flying in, but Jones unable to convert. Mills can't do it either. But a second chance, even a third chance. Jones travels.
Jones might be a little shaken up on that missed dunk. You see him there falling to the floor after a missed dunk, but again, the Mighty Elephants owning the offensive glass, getting second and sometimes third opportunities to score.
4-point lead that's been as many as 6 for Lonnie Diggs' guys. Able to force 9 first-half turnovers. And we're up despite 45% first-half shooting. For the Marauders, open look. Ruggery, the younger, unable to convert. The older, Luke, with the rebound.
Luke was able to beat the trap and get the ball off to his brother Kyle. Just wasn't able to convert. There you see some hand checking. Again, the Mighty Elephants always after the basketball, knocked it free, ended up getting a foul there. And we talked to Coach. He said, how's the game going to be reffed? You know, you have different refs from different parts of the state. Are they going to call everything real tight? Are they going to let them play a little bit? You have to determine that, and that determines how you're going to play.
And honestly, only 11 total fouls in this game as Bishop Guilfoyle gets the timeout.
A 30-second timeout.
Been pretty clean. They've let him go.
Absolutely, no question about it. Some key moments here in the first couple of minutes of this second half. Marauders making their adjustments. They were able to handle the half-court trap that they had trouble with in the second quarter. It was a great job by Luke Ruggery last time when he was trapped at half-court. Remember, in the end part of that second quarter, they were getting trapped and turning it over. So he was able to notice the trap was coming, pass the ball over the trap to the open Kyle Ruggery. So when you're going to trap too, obviously there's got to be someone open. You have to recognize that pretty quickly and make sure you can make that pass pass over the long, extended arms of the Mighty Elephants because they are a much bigger team than the Marauders.
Well,
also
rested
very aggressive.
yesterday. I was about to say, got out here early yesterday morning, got into practice at Steelton High Spire in the greater Harrisburg area. That foul away from the ball. And it goes on Naeem Edwards. So becomes the second Marauder with 2 personals. He and Zaire Jackson each have them. And both the Ruggeries with 2. Nice cut for Witherspoon and the designed inbounds play.
Great inbounds play. No one accounted for Witherspoon coming. He started 15 feet away from the basket, faked like he was going to one side, cut back on a beautiful cut. Well-designed play, well executed.
Big bucket for Witherspoon, who had started 3 for 3, but just 1 of his last 5. Foul on the baseline.
It's amazing if you have good, solid, out-of-bounds plays and how they can turn into points.
Tavon Jones, we talked about him coming down hard, and looked like it was that left arm coming off the dunk. Mills will pick up the slack in the meantime.
Good outside shooter. You believe him open, he's going to knock it down. He's getting some Division II looks, a lot of Division II looks, as he's a senior.
Game honors for him so far, leading scorer for either team with 12. Good cut for Kyle Ruggery, but couldn't hold on to it, lost it out of bounds.
And maybe that time overpassing, looked like Kyle wanted to give it up. Should have held on to that thing and took it hard to the glass. Good ball movement, though, on transition by the Marauders.
And the movement. And if that's Jackson, that's a third, and it is. He'll have to sit down. So Zaire Jackson.
That's where depth is important. If you have 10 or 11 you can play more aggressive, Matt, because you can give some fouls because you have backups that can come in. Bishop Guilfoyle plays 6, sometimes 7, so not so much for them.
Nice cut for Ruggery. Again, the other Ruggery, the older one, but a carry at this end.
These turnovers are really hurting Bishop Guilfoyle. Back-to-back turnovers.
Nice movement, Montecalvo. And left up on the rim, and the rebound for Squid Watson.
They're able to break that full court pressure, avoid the trap, get an open shot. Right now, the shots aren't falling for the Marauders in this third quarter.
Corner look. Poplar, who honestly hasn't really gotten a look since the early part of the first quarter. Ruggery. And they're still cold from the outside. But stayed with the play. And a foul on Zaki Fleming.
Bishop Guilfoyle had a 3-on-2 with the 2 wings spread out in the corner for 3-point shots. So they got the 3-point shot they wanted, but they are cold here in this third quarter shooting the basketball.
Tavon Jones getting that elbow iced up. You wonder if that's the end of the game or if that's maybe something where he can come back. Ruggery with another miss. And this time the quick hands. But punched off the glass by Mills.
Wow, that was outstanding on 2 ends there. Absolutely unable to convert. Even hustling on defense, unable to put it in for the Marauders. You see the frustration by Luke Ruggery. Getting to the glass, but not able to put it in for 2. The cold shooting continues for Bishop Guilfoyle.
These days, life is busy, but amazing. From the sci-fi brilliance of technology to the existence of toast. We move at a crazy pace until this happens. Time for MedExpress. Walk right in, get the care you need, and get right back at it. MedExpress, because life is urgent.
Take a nostalgic look back at some of the best games PCN has televised over the past 20 years with PCN Sports Classics. Watch the entire game without interruption and get updates on key players and coaches who made Pennsylvania sports history. Watch monthly on cable and on demand with the PCN app as we relive the biggest games of PCN Sports. PCN, proud to bring Pennsylvania sports to you.
Well, we asked Bishop Guilfoyle head coach Chris Drennan, you know, what's your biggest concern? He said live ball turnovers.
And they have a lot of them here and turned into points the other way. That's what Mass Civic Science is able to do. Points off of turnovers, getting the steal and then the run out. Finishing at the other end, Mills, and they do it again. Able to get those live ball turnovers, stepping up and anticipating and getting down at the other end. Mills for 2. That's been the story here in the third quarter for the Mighty Elephants. After a timeout, you would think that Bishop Guilfoyle will come up with an interesting play to get to the basket and try to score on this set inbounds play.
7 points off turnovers apiece for both of these teams. Halfway point of the third quarter, Matt Martucci, Phil Shaner, and our great crew here on PCN. Witherspoon, bounce game to the bucket.
That was the Witherspoon we saw in the first quarter, and they need him to step up because he's a guy, if they're not shooting well from the outside, Matt, he's a guy that can get it to the glass and put pressure on that defense. That's what he did on that move. So good at getting to the basket, and it's all designed by his ability to create some space off that dribble.
Second double-figure scorer of the basketball game for the Marauders. Give him 10. Watson using it, and too much on the three-point attempt.
Another offensive rebound for the Mighty Elephants.
And it's Poplar, his first field goal since the first quarter.
Poplar getting inside. He has that ability at 6'3". Grew a couple of inches over the summer. And the offensive rebounds continue to be the strength for the Mighty Elephants.
Ends up committing the personal foul, which is the 14th foul in this third quarter.
Substitutions for the Mighty Elephants, number 2.
Actually now the 5th.
Number 23, Tavon Jones.
And we were wondering about Tavon Jones in that ice. He's back up on the floor. Witherspoon. And the defensive glass for Nicene Poplar.
They are just cold from the outside. Bishop Guilfoyle here in this third quarter. You have that. You're a good shooting team. You have 5 players. You're going to have 30 three-pointers or more, but right now they're cold.
Watson trying to create some more separation on what's the second largest lead of the basketball game. And the tie-up will stay down at this end.
Will Hilton's got to get that basketball, get it and get it high and get it out. And they don't tie it up. That's great hustle by Mass Civic Science. Always around the ball. A point I've made numerous times. If there's a basketball somewhere, they're going to get their hands on it.
Marcus Middleton in. Naeem Edwards sits down. Jabbar Slaughter also up off the bench. This is him with the handle. Trying to feed Middleton. Stolen away. Ruggery. But another line ball turnover. And the foul coming on the Marauders and Helton. Second personal on the son of the college assistant coach at St. Francis.
Just do an outstanding job at trying to create chaos, havoc, and just trying to get the ball and make it tough. And these turnovers, this is what Guilfoyle practiced against the last couple of days. They knew this was coming, but it's difficult to simulate. They played Johnstown earlier this year, similar style.
Got the deflection, did Witherspoon, but Montecalvo denied. the other end, and Poplar.
Huge end-to-end. The defense on one side, another block shot at the rim, and then at the other end on the run out to get the easy layup for Poplar.
Ruggery, penetrating pitch.
That's the guy, the big guy. He's the face of the program, if you will, the one that raised the bar. You need Luke Ruggery to get hot, and he did there.
First field goal of this second half, this third quarter, 14 now for Luke Ruggery.
That's hard to believe. First field goal of the quarter with 1:26 to go here in the third.
Here are double-figure scores for Math, Civics, and Sciences. A pair for Bishop Guilfoyle. Watson got caught up. Marauder crowd wanted a turnover.
Just impressed with the sets that Math Civic Science runs.
Middleton got stripped and a travel.
There's a big turnover there. This is Bishop Guilfoyle. They're going to try to get behind all the students that are here. A huge student section. We're going to need the support here in the final minute of this third quarter and into the fourth quarter.
Off the cross, there's Witherspoon.
That's why I love basketball. You're cold, and then you keep shooting, then become hot, and you have those streaks. And right now, the Marauders are on a streak.
6-0 run in the last 58 seconds. And the Mighty Elephants answer, no. Watson, there's your answer.
Wow, Squid Watson, team leader, the guy that wants to make the play, and he knew his team was on the ropes on a 6-0 run, and Squid Watson decides to take it to the glass on a tough move, and that was a huge 2 for the Mighty Elephants.
11 now for Jahan Squid Watson. And Chris Drenning not thrilled about how this game being officiated, apparently.
Watch Watson here, that crossover, creating some space, and then taking on the defender, handling that body-to-body contact. Squid looking for a foul, but he gets 2. He's a big shot maker. Great body control. And he's kind of the funny guy on the team, too. Keeps everyone relaxed. Team was on the ropes. They needed a big bucket. Who you're going to go to? Well, Squid's going to raise his hand and say, I want to take the ball to the basket. Coach mentioned that sometimes with his body control, he makes some awkward shots sometimes where his body's a little off balance, and he's so good at that. And they're taking on the defender after that dribble move to create the space to get to the glass, and then taking on that contact and getting the much-needed 2 points.
2 ties, what has been 6 lead changes. Bishop Guilfoyle led by as many as 5, about a minute change into the second quarter. It was a 7-point lead, not even a minute 22 seconds ago for these Mighty Elephants. That's now down to 3.
You know, we've done the 2A basketball championship the last 3 years, and that's been the theme, is the runs. You know, where one team will go on a run, just when you think, you know, one team's going to put things away, the other team comes back and a run. Last year, it was Constitution against Ulsh. There was a lot of runs in that game. Swickley Academy, remember 2 years ago with Win Palmer, same thing with Constitution. Be able to make those runs. And we've had a series of runs between these 2 teams here in these first 3 quarters.
Trying to get one more good possession. On to Calvo. There with Kyle Ruggery and Josiah Witherspoon. And we get a foul on the Mighty Elephants, which will be their 6th one of the quarter.
Mighty Elephant foul number 11, Naeem Edwards.
And it's a 3rd personal now on Naeem Edwards. So he and Zahir Jackson each with 3 for Lonnie Diggs' guys.
Good thing that Coach Diggs is so deep with the 10 or 11 guys he can bring in.
Down to 15 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
We're going to get a last shot in the quarter. I think number 3, Luke Ruggery, is the guy you want to get the shot off.
Witherspoon trying to create. Caught up, having to force it. And they're not going to be happy with that. End of 3 here at the Giants Center. The Marauders or the Mighty Elephants? Who raises the hardware? We're going to find out.
9 essential nutrients. Low-fat chocolate milk can be an important part of your recovery routine. Refuel with chocolate milk after your next workout.
After a great victory over Union forces in June 1863, Robert E. Lee marches his army to Pennsylvania. The advancing Confederates clash with General Meade's Union Army at Gettysburg, beginning the most famous battle of the Civil War. Explore our nation's past and the Gettysburg battlefield with the Gettysburg Collection. Become a member to stream the library online. Learn more at gettysburgcollection.com.
Third quarter for Bishop Guilfoyle. End up outscoring Math, Civics, and Sciences, turn a 7-point deficit into what's 3.
Yeah, this is the battle. Tied at 17-17 after one quarter. And then that second quarter won by Math, Civics, Science. And BG comes out and has an answer in the third quarter. And here we are for an entertaining fourth quarter with a whole lot on the stakes. These next 8 minutes for the Class 2A state championship.
Chris Brennings, Bishop Guilfoyle Marauders. Lonnie Diggs is Math, Civics, and Sciences Mighty Elephants. A curl and Ruggery. That's Kyle Ruggery off the mark. Now every possession becomes a little bit bigger. Maybe you squeeze it a little tighter.
No doubt about it. You're getting the fourth quarter now, Matt, with a state title on the line. Absolutely, every possession is going to mean a little more. You got to take care of the basketball, have good shot selection. Try to get yourself the golden basketball, the state championship.
27 combined turnovers, 14 for Bishop Guilfoyle, 13 for Math, Civics, and Sciences. And a foul on Luke Ruggery, which is his third.
Remember, he had 2 late in the second quarter, and we brought up the conversation, should you take him out? We talked about his basketball IQ. He did not leave the game. Now he knows he has 3. He's got 7:15 to play. Trust me, with the basketball IQ and a guy that's been playing basketball and loves basketball like Luke Ruggery, he knows he's not going to get 2 more. He's going to make sure he stays in the game.
Single A title in 2011 for Math, Civics, and Sciences. Single A runner-up in 14 and 16, but can they get it done here in their first year? Their first trip, I should say, representing Double A.
Coach Diggs talked about that 2011 trophy is a little dusty back in Philadelphia.
Ruggery had the rebound, but had it taken away. Naeem Edwards too tough. Mills denied at the rim. Witherspoon says no.
Wow, we saw that a couple of times by the Mighty Elephants doing that to the Marauders, but the Marauders return the favor and get the big stuff. All ball on Mills to deny him at the rim. It doesn't happen often. Great inside look. Watch Mills go up strong, and then Witherspoon was there to knock it away.
To the basket off the cross, it's Poplar.
That's what they do so well, getting to the rim.
12 now for him.
Oh, what a pass!
And Helton with a third field goal. That's his first 2 of the basketball game.
That was all Witherspoon. 15 feet away from the basket with an outstanding pass to the cutter. Oh, that was a great pass.
Now can the Marauders get a stop? Yes, they can. Witherspoon at the hands. Ruggery. Ain't too much. I think wanted to try and bank that, but it hit the heel.
I'm sure he doesn't miss many of those little runners. That was a tough basket. That would have been a great stretch for the Marauders.
They knocked out of bounds. Stay down at this end.
Coach Diggs talked about just that he felt that his team just had a lack of respect from a lot of people. They had that chip on their shoulder most of the season, and definitely in this state basketball tournament.
Watson has come up with some big buckets. They let that go. Witherspoon can't come out of the pack. Another offensive rebound, but they give it away. Kyle Ruggery with the steal. He nearly lost it. Montecalvo attacking.
Wow, both teams are just putting it all out there. You talk about aggressive basketball. You talk about both teams wanting a state title. Both teams wanting to create that turnover, to go after the basketball. Both these teams have really turned it up. What a game. This is fun.
Everything we expected it to be. Mills with an air ball. Ruggery, 2-on-1. Brother to brother. Can't finish. And that would have been something.
Might have got away with a walk before that shot, but that would have been another brother-to-brother connection we showed you in the second quarter where Kyle made that pass to Luke on the cut. This time, Luke has confidence in his brother, the junior, to hit the three. And Coach said the two Ruggery brothers are as tight as can be. And that older brother, Luke, is very demanding on his younger brother, Kyle. And there's two younger Ruggeries as well.
Toward the end of our conversation with Coach Drenning yesterday, Luke's family actually arrived at the hotel. And offensive foul.
Those are the little things that you don't see them in a box score.